All right, it says we're live. I'm going to give it a few moments because it delays my voice. It delays my voice. But I'm so happy. It's Freedom Friday! Freedom Friday! Freedom Friday! Come on through. We got some good information, good topics to talk about today. Okay, hopefully I've given it enough time for YouTube to, sometimes the stream is off. Like, I don't know if you notice, but sometimes you hop on here. I'm willing to bet now that I'm going to mention it, you may notice that when you hop on my live streams or other people's live streams for that matter, sometimes when the person is like, it sounds like they've already been talking and you've already missed like the first few seconds of what they were talking about, right? So I wanted to give it a few minutes because sometimes there's like a latency, right? There's a delay in when my voice picks up on the live stream. So I just wanted to give it a minute, but it's Freedom Friday. It's our 12th day of this 21-day live stream challenge. I have some great information for you today. Really want to get into it. And so be sure to tag somebody and invite them in the room. I thought we'd do something a little different. The kids are going to be getting out of school over here. So I was like, okay, I was going to take you on a walk with me, but we're just going to go ahead and do this from the car. Listen, this a daily dose of vitamin D3 today is going to be good. Okay. So I have a question for you, as I always do. And my question is, and let me make sure I'm live here. So I can start following along with the conversation. If you guys have any questions or drop anything in the chat. So my question is, have you ever in previous years, in recent years, currently, have you ever not shared your truth publicly because you were afraid of what people were going to think? You feared judgment, right? And you were afraid to tell your truth because you thought that people were going to be talking about you in a negative way. You would be pleasantly surprised after I share my story today what actually happened about a video I posted on my main feed. And I had to go live about it today because as it is Freedom Friday, and if you're not new to me, if you've been following me throughout this live stream challenge, then you know that I have a theme day every day, and this is Freedom Fridays. Okay, so this is where, we do our finances, this is where we have fun, and this is where we do all things that relate to freedom, okay? In case you didn't know if you're new here. So have you ever held back from sharing your truth out of sheer embarrassment and out of being fearful of what people were going to think about you? All right? Okay. So if that is the case, let's go ahead and get into it. I want to talk to you about how owning your truth, speaking truth to power, embracing your journey, and just openly and candidly, courageously having a conversation with people who are in the public view, like you right now watching me, okay? If you're courageous enough to actually put it out there, put your truth out there, you would be surprised of how you would garner the respect of so many people and how your message will deeply resonate with others who are going through something similar, a similar challenge, a similar struggle, right? And so it is so important for us to start to have the conversations right now with the people who we actually need to be showing up for, okay? So let me get into it with my story first, because this is something that I want you to actually go and check out, because this is something that's happening in real time right now as I'm doing this live stream. So here's the deal. I did a video about, I want to say a week or so ago, okay, a few days ago, give or take. And in that video, I made the decision. This was sort of like I wouldn't say like an impromptu kind of video. It was something that I was considering. It was a video that I did because for a few reasons. Let me go ahead and break that down. One, I always want to find different ways to give value. Okay, that's the whole point of being on here, right? That's the reason why most of us should be on here, is because we're giving value to the people who we are called to serve and who need to hear our message, who need to hear our stories and all of that. On this particular day, I wanted to share something that was really truthful and really transparent, and I wanted to take a vulnerable approach. Not that I haven't been vulnerable before, but I wanted to be vulnerable in a deeper way because I wanted to resonate with my audience and deeply connect on a different level. Okay? I wanted people to be encouraged and motivated to take inspired action to continue on their journey, with the understanding that it's not going to be a walk in the park all the time, most times, right? Because life keeps lifing. There are ebbs and flows, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Inevitably, it will happen to everyone, right? Where we just have setbacks. And oftentimes, unfortunately, it's not something that we share out loud. So we keep those secrets to ourselves. We keep those secrets silent, right? We don't speak out loud about them as if we, because again, out of sheer embarrassment, and because we are fearful of what people are going to think. And I want to rewire your mind. I want to rewire your brain and convince you, persuade you, influence you today to believe otherwise. And here's why. When people know your truth, when they hear your struggles, when they get to be a part of your journey, when they hear your message, what happens is they can relate with you, especially if there's something that they're going through. And not only are they willing to help you and support you and cheer you on because they want to see you win, but they also want to be a part of that journey. And it also builds the know, like, and trust factor much faster, and it garners so much respect. And they also have an understanding that they're not alone in the journey. Because sometimes, here's the thing, when we don't normalize these conversations, when we just outright, share our public successes, but we don't normalize having conversations around our private failures, like what's really going down in the background behind those closed doors, when nobody's watching, when nobody knows what's really in your thoughts, when nobody knows what's really keeping you up at night, when nobody knows what you're really going through. And when you're not sharing your struggles, as they say, you are only as sick as your secrets, right? We are only as sick as our secrets. So you are internalizing all of that. And it can become like you'll start having these trauma responses because of it. So it's really important, not only critical to your success, but to the success of others, to know that they're not in this journey alone, and that the things that you might be going through right now will help propel them forward as well. Okay, so what I did in this particular video, the video, by the way, in case you hadn't seen it yet, it's titled, let's see, what did I title it? That I've been posting, let me get the exact title. I have it right here, actually. That I've been posting for 9 years, okay, and still not monetized on YouTube. Okay, that's the title. So when you're done watching this live stream or this replay, definitely go check this out, because I shared a lot. So I'm not going to go into all that I shared. You'll have to go watch the video. I took a chance, right? I took a risk. I decided, you know what? I don't want to be holding on to my truth, right? I don't want to, I want people to know that even though I have had plenty of successes in my business journey, plenty of successes in life, in other aspects of my life, this thing right now is not working for me. And here's why. I wanted to share my truth so that others who are going through the same thing or similar struggles and challenges can relate, it would deeply resonate with them. And I wanted to share what I was doing that wasn't working well and what I was doing that was starting to work, where I was, where I made improvements. I wanted to share each thing that I've done and what I've yet to do and what I'm trying out right now as a test to see if it works, to garner me, to give me the traction I need and to keep the momentum going and to be able to impact more people, to be in front of more people as an influential leader, as a catalyst of change, okay, or a catalyst for change. And as a holistic business coach, reaching more people so that I can help them not only build aligned and profitable online brand and businesses, but to prioritize their health, healing, and happiness. And I wanted to use myself as an example and be the role model for kind of setting the path and setting the tone for what that video was really about. The deeper message underneath it all, it wasn't so much just to air my dirty laundry, okay? It was really more about, here, let me show you in real time. Let me first of all tell you my truth so that you can hear it in real time, see my journey in real time and watch me go from where I am now to where I ultimately aspire to be. And that, yes, it has not been easy, but I'm willing to put my truth out there and lay it all on the table because I know this is going to help somebody. And I know that I would be able to encourage you to keep going, to keep posting, that when things get hard, when life is lifing, when the business ain't businessing, when there's twists and turns and ups and downs and ebbs and flows, when the waters are muddied, when there's a steep terrains, right? When there's deep waters, whatever you're going through, you can do this. That things are going to happen because that's what life is about. It's going to deal you some bad cards at time. Okay, you're going to still have to play that hand. You're going to have to figure out how to get over, under, around, or through the obstacles that you're faced with right now. So yes, there are going to be challenges. Yes, there are going to be tough times. Yes, this is a rough ride. Yes, there are going to be, it's going to feel like an emotional roller coaster ride, right? Yes, there are going to be times that you feel like giving up. But my message to you is don't. Use me as a prime example for understanding that this is what it looks like, okay? When you are running the marathon, right? This is an entrepreneurial journey we're on. This is not a sprint. It is not going to be a quick overnight success, okay? If you're in it just for the short term, looking for a quick success story, it doesn't happen that way for most of us. Okay, for most of us. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that you've got to keep going to get to the finish line or to reach the destination that you're trying to ultimately reach. Okay, so in order to do that, you've got to keep going, because if you stop, what's guaranteed to happen is that you're not going to ever make it to the finish line or to your destination. If you stop and turn around now and give up and throw in the towel, you're not going to ever get there. Okay, so that's the name of the video. And in that video, I talked about how long I've been on YouTube, that I've been off and on. And when I'm on. Okay, I am consistent. But apparently the strategies that I've used wasn't always working, hasn't been always working. But I know, and I've gone back to the drawing board and I've re-strategized and I've hired, coach, and I've watched the gurus and I've watched the YouTube channels and I've done all the things and the SEO titles and the thumbnails and all the things, okay, that you hear everybody talk about on YouTube. However, sometimes it's not for us to determine when it happens for us. Sometimes this is a part of our journey. It is a part of our test. Our success story and our journey is not going to be a duplicate of someone else's. Just because someone else on YouTube had success and was monetized in 5 weeks or 10 weeks or 2 months or 1 year or 6 months or whatever it was for them, doesn't mean that's going to be your story and your journey. You are supposed to go through this journey, this part, okay, alone. That your journey is yours alone. Your story is yours alone. Your test is yours alone. But once you finally make it through, and as you're going through it, it is for you to share with other people so that they can be a part of that and understand that it is possible for them to get to a level of success once you've gotten there. But also don't be afraid to take people on the journey with you so they can actually see it happen for you in real time, and then they become believers themselves that it can happen for them. So what you're showing people essentially is the possibilities, right? God, I hope, this whole time I realized my mic is underneath my, I hope my jacket here. I totally forgot about that. I hope that it hasn't been muffled all this time. I feel like I'm talking loud enough. Well, my apologies if it was muffled, but hopefully that's clearer, okay, and not making a bunch of noise. So I'll kind of leave my shoulder hanging off there. All right, my jacket hanging off my shoulder. So that's the first thing I wanted to share. So this is really more about, authenticity, right? This is about transparency. This is about being truthful. This is about being vulnerable. Now, I always like to give it a little disclaimer here, okay? Because I always tell people, don't feel like you've got to be vulnerable in the moment of you going through something currently, right? Like if you have not healed through that thing and it's something deep, don't feel like you've got to be open to the public with that story. But something like, I'm not doing great on YouTube. I haven't cracked the YouTube code. I haven't figured this thing out yet. That, to me, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Do you know how many people are on this platform or on other platforms for that matter, and they have not yet hit their goal? Okay. But what I did share, aside from my failures and my frustrations and giving my feedback, I shared what I'm currently doing and what I've been doing all along to still monetize me. Because I still have my own mind, right? I'm in my right mind. I have my mind, I have my mouth, and I have a message to deliver to the people, to my people, the people that I'm called to serve, and those that I cater to exclusively, which are women, Gen Xers, typically women over 40, okay, who are wanting to leave corporate America, who have been in a toxic job, are currently in a toxic job or a hostile work environment, and those who want to build an aligned and profitable online brand and business without compromising their soul, or without sacrificing their soul and sanity or compromising their health and happiness. Okay, so I wanted to reach more women like that who are just ready for something more, and they know they're put here for something greater. Okay, they know they were designed by our creator for something more, and they have reached the capacity that they've reached, and they've done all that they can do in corporate America, and they're ready to move on. And for those who are actually ready to build a business that is rooted in their deepest aspirations and in alignment with their core values and in alignment with their passion and their purpose, and connected to a profitable problem so that they can make more money online. Okay, so I wanted to touch those people, but anybody else who was a part of hearing my journey on this day in this particular video benefited from it too, because there are so many people, even if they don't fit within that category of what I just described, there are still so many people who can connect with me, who can resonate with what I'm saying, because they too are going through it, right? And so I talked about, that I'm going live every day for 21 days. I talked about how I am posting consistently 3 times a week. And in fact, I've been posting pretty much daily for the last couple of weeks. I've talked about the kinds of conversations I'm having. I'm talking about, the different stories I'm sharing. I'm doing all of these things. I'm even giving them some extra value, and I'm even sharing with them where I'm getting some of my information from so they can utilize those people and those things as resources that might be effective for them. You understand? So it's all about sharing, and sharing is caring. So this is about connecting, okay? Connecting with the community, building a community, one thing I love about YouTube that's unlike many of the other social media platforms that I'm on and that I've been on for years, and some I've done quite well on and others not so much. I've done okay, but I don't have like a really huge following. But you don't need a huge following to be successful on social media, or to be successful as a content creator or as a business owner like I am. Okay, so just so we understand that, be very clear. I've monetized me, my talents, my skills. I've leveraged social media to be more visible and for brand awareness and to establish credibility and to be the authority in my industry. But I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I'm doing. Okay. And so I've had successes, wild successes. And so So that's not the issue for me. Okay. The issue is I'm just not doing as well as I could be for as long as I have been on YouTube. And that's a problem for me. However, I keep going because I know it's possible, because other people have done it before me. Other people have done it before you. So it's been proven time and time again that this can happen for any of us, okay? Sometimes it is really and truly just a matter of time, but you won't know if you stop. So you've got to keep going, okay? So that's what really the bigger message was. And so I want you to understand that I want you to be normalizing not just your successes, because that's easy to share. Everybody's sharing their success stories. But what about your sad stories? Okay, what about your setbacks, even though they're temporary? What about the failures, right? What about telling people that you're using your failures as fuel to propel you forward, and you're also using it as feedback to learn from it so you can do better? Like, that is just normalizing the conversation. Do you feel what I'm saying? So why are we pretending like we're perfect people? Because last time I checked, excuse me, but the God I know, he ain't made no perfect people, okay? He has not made no perfect people. So what I'm saying to you is we've got to stop pretending. Like, let's not be a great pretender, okay? Because none of us are perfect. None of us are going to get through life with just having successes and no failures. So don't be afraid, as scary as it might be, as scary as it might feel, don't be afraid to put your truth out there. Speak truth to power. Be authentic. People want to really know you, the real you, who you are at the core of your being. Who are you? What is your DNA made of? What is your personality like? What is your truth? Are you willing to be vulnerable? Are you willing to be transparent? Are you willing to just tell your story like it TI is, okay? And be okay with it without fear of judgment. Because there's always going to be people who judge you, even if you never open your mouth, even if you never tell your truth. You ain't got to say nothing, and people are going to be still going to judge you for who they think you are. They're going to make up the story for you. They're going to make up the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay, they're going to come up with their own conclusions. That is not your problem. That is not for you to worry about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So go ahead and tell your truth, and don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid, because the truth shall set you free, girl. It is liberating. It is liberating. Do you, boo? Be you. Don't be afraid to be you, who you are. Okay, so, and let people be who they going to be. Because people be peopling, and it ain't nothing you can do about that. And it's not your burden to bear. It is not your problem to have. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so that's on that. Authenticity and vulnerability will get you far. So you may be pleasantly surprised how people will be attracted to your truth, how people will be willing to help you succeed, how people will be willing to help you along on your success journey. If you go to this video that I'm telling you to go to and watch what I'm saying from beginning to end, or at least watch half of it, I promise you, I'm dropping so many gems in there. But what people are attracted to, and the reason why I'm getting so much momentum in that video, by far, it has so far to date been my best performing video. It has far exceeded and outperformed all of my other videos and all of the years I've been on YouTube, because I am being genuine, because I am being truthful, because I am not afraid to just put my truth out there, not because I know it won't only help me, but it's going to help the next person who needs to really hear that message and that's on this journey as well. And that's what it's all about. Being a supportive, cohesive, collaborative community that's going to help us get further, faster, farther, further, farther, faster, quicker, faster, sooner. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. So that's on that. So I just want to again tell you the name of this video. It is titled, I've been posting for 9 years and still not monetized on YouTube. If you are someone right now who is in the journey, and you're going through it, and you're feeling down about it, and you need a pick-me-upper, and you need someone like me who's on this journey with you so that you don't feel alone, and you can look at me and say, well, damn, if she's been on for 9 years, okay, I'm complaining, and I've only been on for a few months or a few weeks or, a couple years. Like, I've just been on this journey for a little while compared to her. And she's still going, and she's still upbeat and bubbly and willing to put herself out there and offer me such valuable information and insights and resources, and push me, forward, and willing to push the elevator back down so she can pull me up with her to get to the same heights that she's on. Listen, I'm all about it, right? So that's what this is about. We're talking today about freedom. We're talking about freedom as in truth. The truth will set you free. Be liberated to just be okay with embracing your truth, right? Use it as your power. Use your voice as your power. You understand? People are going to love you or hate you. You know what I mean? Or somewhere in between. It's okay. Don't worry about them. What you need to be concerned about more is who you're helping. Okay? Like, I'm helping you, or whomever is going to tune into this video on the replay. Those who are going to say, okay, let me go check that video out. You are the ones that I'm talking to. Forget these trolls who's on here, okay? Forget the people who are judgment. Forget the naysayers. Forget the dream killers. Forget the joy stealers. Forget all of those people. Forget the negative Nancys. Forget the sour Susans and the bitter Bettys. Forget the Debbie Downers. We ain't talking to them. Okay, we are talking to the people who's really wanting the information that we have so that they can create a transformation for themselves. And that is really what I'm sharing with you, is that if you are truly committed to your transformation and changing the trajectory of your life and your economic status, and you're using YouTube and content creation and business ownership as a vehicle to change your economic status, then you are on the right path, and don't let nobody stop you. Nobody. Okay? Period, point blank. End of story. All right? So let me just make sure all is well. I'm going to go through and see if there are any comments worth responding to, because I know how people are. Oh, okay. So Slasher Chick. Oh, hi, Slasher Chick says, I just discovered your channel because of your monetization video was recommended to me. I just done a similar video about my 5 years. All right, cool. Yeah, it's a popular topic right now, right? And I actually, in full transparency, got my video topic idea from Sienna, who actually was encouraging her followers, her subscribers, to do a video with that exact title, plug in whatever number it was for them, and then just share their story. And I thought, what a great idea. I'm going to do it, because I wanted to be sure that I was adding value to people who really needed to hear that I know it's tough. I know it's hard. I know that it can be a challenge, right? I know that it's not easy, but whoever promised that life was going to be easy? You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that I am, like being that beacon of light and that hope, that the sunshine in your day, when you are just kind of like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know if I'm willing to keep on doing this. I don't see a return on my investment. I don't know if this is something that I'm willing to keep doing. Like, is it even worth it? Yes, it's always worth it if you truly believe this is where you belong. Why do you doubt yourself and what you're capable of? Why are you putting other people above you? They're not more talented. They're not better than you are in any way. They may have a different approach, a different strategy, a stronger support system. It may have just been a time where it was time for their blessing. You don't know people's backstory unless they're sharing it, right? But most people, if they're being honest, they're going to let you know, listen, I didn't get here overnight, okay? It took a lot of sweat equity, a lot of time, a lot of years of dedication, a lot of, it's been a long journey. It hasn't been easy for me either. So the thing is, if you hear other people sharing that truth, their truth, then it makes you feel better and more relaxed about, okay, I'm tripping. Let me just go ahead and keep on going, because clearly it's happening for other people. And this couldn't be a better time, right? Because YouTube, as we all have heard everybody talk about, is on easy mode. By easy, they just mean you can now hop on here and be your most authentic self. And the reason why that's great news is because people want to hear you talk and just be you. People don't want the over edited, overproduced, super, all the jump cuts and all the extra edited videos. They just want the real, raw, relatable you, right? The person who can just be themselves and talk to them however they would talk to anybody that they were having a conversation with in real time. So, like you, I'm experimenting now with trending topics. Yes, you know what? And that really, so the coach that I hired, which I shared a little bit of this in my video that I'm referencing, and that coach was somebody who was on YouTube for 4 years, I believe. She wasn't doing well. She just couldn't figure it out either. She decided, well, I'm just going to go back to my 9-to-5 and do what I'm great at, right? So she went back to her 9-to-5. She worked there for however much longer. She, I think, ended up being pregnant. She got laid off, and she was like, now what? Because she had been there 10 years and was like, okay, now what am I going to do? So she decided to get back on YouTube. So she resumed her YouTube channel. She started reading all the books, watching all the YouTube channels, listening to the gurus, investing in courses. She was working with a coach, and she took off. This time around, she just took off. And most of why she took off is because of her trending topics. So she teaches new YouTubers over 40 how to win in this YouTube game. And so one of the things that she was sharing with me in one of our coaching conversations is our coaching sessions is that the reason why she took off so fast is because she was using trending topics, and that has worked really well for her. And I've heard quite a few people say that, so I'm definitely challenging more people to do trending topics. Now, I did a trending topic before, the one that DoDash did, and I think that one I titled "Never Going Back to a 9-to-5," or and then I did that one, and I did another one, get your AZ, if you're over 40, get your AZ on YouTube, or something to that effect. I can't remember the exact title, but I'm sure you've seen the titles, right? So those did not do as well for me as they did for others. I don't know why, but unlike this video where I'm getting more views and the momentum's picking up and it's being shown to more people and recommended to more people, I did not have that same success with those other two videos, even though they were trending topics. So, you just don't ever know what really is going to work for you. I usually take those trending topics and do, spin it to work for me, because, I have a unique niche, as most of us do or should. So that's what I pretty much am doing now. Yes, less polished video. Yes, less polished is getting published or pushed. Yes, for sure. And so that's, I'm all about it. I'm loving this because this is really who I am, right? Like, I don't do well being an overly rehearsed, scripted person. Like even when I do speaking engagements, I prepare for those, obviously, but I'm just one that I can just, speak on, I just like to get on and start popping my stuff and talking my talk. I don't really like to, I don't mind having some bullet points just to kind of keep me on track. And every now and again, I'll do that, like right on my phone or what have you. But just so especially if I have a lot to share and I don't want to forget to share a particular thing with you. But for the most part, I like to get on here and say what I got to say and keep it moving. So anyways, that's been your daily dose of vitamin D3 today. Like I said, it's good, right? It's a good one. Go check out that video if you haven't. Again, it is titled, I've been posting for 9 years and still not monetized on YouTube. A lot of people are starting to discover me that way. And I'm really, really happy that people have been this is a pleasant surprise, surprisingly supportive, and really, really, a lot of people are offering insight right in the comments and saying really nice things like, wow, I really admire your work ethic, or here's what I advise you do, or have you considered this, or have you thought about that, or do you have a clear niche? And, because not everybody's watching the full video. So, because if they did, then those wouldn't necessarily be the comments about my niche and all of that and my strategy, but thumbnail titles and all of that, because a lot of that I addressed in the video. But it's cool because I appreciate that people are at least willing to be open and offer some advice that might be helpful to me and give me an angle I haven't thought of, as far as how to approach it. So share this video out with other people who may need to hear it. Be sure to refer them to my other video as well. And I think that's it. I don't see any additional comments. I'm double checking here because, like I said, there's a delay on my phone over here. And yeah, that's pretty much, I don't see anything else. So if you do have any questions, anything that you want to have me follow up on, let me know. I'll be happy to do a follow-up video or clarify for you whatever you need to know. And I do these every day. I'm on a 21-day live stream journey, vertical live stream. Okay, that's another new strategy I'm doing. Again, just getting in front of more people. And so if you haven't tried it, be sure to jump on the bandwagon, because that's another way that you can actually get more eyes on your channel. Okay, more eyes on your brand. And that's what we're all after. So get more eyeballs on us. So then all you got to do is just deliver. So I hope this has been really helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's my time, girl. So I'm going to tune out and enjoy the rest of my day. It is Freedom Friday. Peace out to you. I'm going to tune out while you tune in. As always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.